Hey everyone, this is Fiddle Harper AJ Raven with this week's recap and review of Boruto Naruto Next Generations episode number 52, which is titled Sasuke's Shadow. So this episode picks up from where the previous episode left off. So Team 7 ends up encountering a white Zetsu that is mutated, which feels like three Zetsus combining into one powerful being. So of course, I didn't necessarily know how strong this white Zetsu was going to be, but turns out it's quite strong. The intellect level of the being is lower. However, the strength has increased so much that even Konohamaru is having a hard time trying to beat it. So everyone works together to kind of survive the situation because they didn't necessarily get to beat White Zetsu. So Salad throws some kunais into White Zetsu's neck, and Boruto comes in and pushes those kunais in. However, that doesn't necessarily do anything. So Boruto ends up using the flash bomb that Katasuke gave him in the previous episode, and that allows Sonamaru some time to slash at the White Zetsu, and the White Zetsu just escapes to heal, and Team Seven is able to take a breather. So moving on, Mitsuki finds this weird place where the chakra plant, the fruit, the tree, the forbidden tree or whatever its name was, I can't remember, is there. And apparently it's not the real tree that Naruto and the rest destroyed and Madara like sucked into himself during the Great Ninja War. Anyway, that tree, without a chakra source, that tree is now withered up, and the white Zetsu that it wants to create by incubating them, those aren't coming out perfectly. So Konohamaru makes the decision that the situation is very dangerous, and being a Jonin, he decides to go in after White Zetsu by himself, and he orders the rest of the team to return to the village and let Naruto know about what's going on. However, Salad's the one who comes up with the conclusion that if they split up, they don't necessarily know where the White Zetsu is hiding, and the White Zetsu might come after the weaker members like Boruto, Salad, and Mitsuki, and that might be dangerous. So it's better to work as a team and try to defeat White Zetsu with teamwork. And Konamaru accepts and he comes up with a strategy. So while White Zetsu is healing himself, Team 7 attacks, and Salad uses her Sharingan to observe the movements of White Zetsu, and she sees that it's going to attack them with lightning style, followed by wind style, and then the last attack will be fire style. And the lightning style is blocked by Mitsuki, wind style is blocked by Boruto, and the fire style is blocked by Konohamaru. And then a fight ensues. So according to Konohamaru's strategy, they are going to distract White Zetsu and chip away at him one at a time by using Boruto's shadow clones. And then he'll come in with a Rasengan. However, Boruto, in order to prove himself how powerful he is, he doesn't stick to Konohamaru's strategy, and he decides to attack to White Zetsu on his own. That doesn't work well, and Salad tries to protect Boruto, but her kunais don't hurt White Zetsu. And then there's a scene where Mitsuki is like, "You can't have Boruto," and I was like, "Yeah, Mitsuki, go protect your boyfriend." Anyway, Mitsuki winds wraps the Zetsu's arm with his own elongated arm, and that gives Boruto some time to escape. And Konamaru comes in with a Rasengan and he disintegrates the White Zetsu. Then Team 7 goes deeper in and they find out that Sasuke has been already here because they see Amaterasu. And everyone is very impressed that Sasuke was able to beat all of the White Zetsus on his own. And Konamaru also tells Team 7 about the important mission that Sasuke is on, which Salad already knows about as well. And even Mitsuki is like my parents. He doesn't necessarily name Orochimaru, but he's like, even my parents knows that Sasuke, even though he doesn't get any accolades for him, he protects the hidden village through the shadows. And Boruto is really impressed, and you'll get to see uh, and this episode kind of lays down the groundwork about why Boruto looks up to Sasuke and why he wants to become like Sasuke. Anyway, Team 7 leaves the mine, and Naruto sends his clone to kind of observe how the situation goes. And yeah, Boruto doesn't like the situation why with how being Genin they are being left out of the important information, and Salad is like, you need to understand that we are Genin, we aren't really strong, and that's why we need to work harder to get to the levels, get to higher levels, and then handle such um, dangerous mission. Anyway, the episode ends with a scene where Sasuke is hot on Momoshiki's trail. So that leads into the events of Boruto Naruto the last movie. Not the last, but Boruto Naruto the movie. So I'm really excited to see the anime adaptation of that film. And coming to the end credit sequence, the song has changed, and now you can notice that we see three members. We have Momoshiki, we have Shinshiki, I guess his name is Shinshiki, and then we have this person who Masashi Kishimoto wanted to introduce in Naruto the movie, but couldn't because of time restraints. So I'm really excited to see how the anime will handle this character. Anyway, I'll also do a recap and review of this for the Geek Theory. The link to that will be down in the description below. Let me know what you thought about Boruto Naruto Next Generations episode 52, Sasuke's Shadow. Did you enjoy it? I really enjoyed it. But yeah, anyway, until next time, stay happy, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you guys